biggest thing for us, I mean, there's good and bad. You know, people see the number on the scoreboard and they automatically assume that I'm doing a great job, we're doing a great job, we're getting better. And that's true and false. You know, there were some good things. Anytime you run the football for 400 yards, you're pretty proud. Not only the big kids up front, but the guys in the perimeter. A lot of those are perimeter-oriented runs. You know, we had a couple explosive from B gap to B gap on, you know, a trap, a long trap basically, block zone. Then we had a lot of those runs on the perimeter, and that's a tribute to, you know, our skill kids blocking the way that they have. You know, but there was plenty of that. You know, we had a red zone series where Perry took back-to-back 2 sacks. You know, a lot of people see that in protection. You know, those were movements. You know, I mean, that's get on the edge and then there throw it away. I mean, those are decisions that we can't have. You can't take sacks down there for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're going to put more pressure on the field goal. Number two, you leave yourself behind the chains, especially on the downs. You know, and then we had the typical freshman mistake, go the wrong way, 2 guys slam, hit onto each other in the backfield. And that's maybe as embarrassing moments as ever has a football coach. So there's good and bad. And again, as we're trying to communicate to our kids offensively, I know there are a lot of people really excited because how many points we scored.
Terp Talk is brought to you by Viner Consulting, your source for point-of-sale systems that give you business control and manage your inventory. Hardware, software, training, and support from NCR and Revel Systems. Call Viner Consulting at 301-251-2900 or visit us at oneviner.com.
Number one, you know, we're not the 89ers. We've got a long way to go. You know, we are by no means a finished product. There's an incredible amount of things we are working on in pass protection. You know, we can't turn the ball over. We had 2 of those last week. You know, and we've got to continue to try to get better, you know, on the overall role. A big piece of that being pass protection. The other thing is just, you know, from a decision-making standpoint. So we've got a long way to go. As the level of competition picks up every week, which it will, which is a nice thing about our schedule, is every week it's going to be a little bit better. As that level of competition stands up, we've got to start to reach our potential. For us, in everything that you do in your life, it's about being the best you can be. You know, and we're not there yet. So that's ultimately what we're trying to get to. Is every time we step off the field on Saturday afternoon, is how close do we get to being the best as we can be. So we still got a long way.
Well, questions. In terms of the turnovers against the team, if let's say Purdue had scored on an early hit, does that change a game? You know, in terms of your approach, how you know, attack, not attack, or whatever. I mean, you obviously the next series you guys put down the score, but how does that, the fact that they didn't take advantage?
Yeah, you know, absolutely. You know, and you know, for me, I know a lot of people, want to attribute the offensive side of the ball to some of the success that we've had, but at the end of things, go look at what our defense is doing. You know, I mean, because you take 2 possessions in that game, we have a turnover in our own end, and they score right there. It's a 2.5 possession game. You know, if they find a way to punch it in, our defense doesn't hold them out, if not for a penalty. You know, there's 7 or 3 points there, and we're down after 1 possession. You know, and people. And obviously, some of it's program building. Some of these things you build in off season. Some of them you build for the 8 months before the season starts. But at the end of the day, it's 18 to 22-year-old kids. You know, and with maturity, you know, when you don't have that great level of maturity that you do when you're 30, 40, 50 years old. You know, if you're 18 to 22 years old, and one little bad thing happens, think of how you responded poorly, you know, as a kid or as an 18-year-old or 22-year-old when things didn't go your way, as opposed to how you respond. You know. Any of those things can completely change the outcome of the game. We're, you know, I think we played up Purdue 100 times. I don't think we're 43 points better, you know, 100 times. You know, I know that to be true. They're a solid football team. 54 of them are D tackles. I guess they're linebackers. I mean, they were solid, you know. But I think that we did a really good job not getting rattled early. And I think that as things went poorly for them, I think, you know, things kind of snowballed a little bit. They kind of spiraled out of control. And they kind of just couldn't get it back. If our defense doesn't do the job that they do, you know, there's that possibility. The good news is for us, if we play Central Florida and play as poorly as you can play, we took all the body shots that we could take and we found a way to respond. You know, and then for Perry individually, you know, go out, his first throw attempt of the game, you know, throw it off. I mean, despite off the face mask, you know, of a guy that's covered as can be, and then come back on the very next drive, get his down the football field, play well throughout the rest of the game. You know, both of those things will help us build our program and help our team this season.
Coach, can you talk about how you motivate your wide receivers to block down the field, because they did a phenomenal job on those long runs?
Yeah, oh, without a doubt. You know, when the game was over with, you know, there were lots of people high-fiving, hugging, and all that stuff. And that was the first thing that I did, was go over and around those kids, because I played the position, you know, not as high a level, you know, much. I played it really poorly, I'll put it that way. You know, but, you know, those kids to not get the reward do you typically get. What's the reward when you're alive? You know, it's the round ball with the white laces on it. You know, for those kids to not get the ball as much as they had a few times or a few opportunities we had to get the ball on Saturday, and for those guys to keep playing, keep blocking, keep doing their job at a high level. I mean, that's huge, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, whether it be a planning issue, whether it be whatever it was, is Purdue was committed to covering us down, not letting us throw the ball on the perimeter. You know, they played a bunch of combo coverage. I mean, it was small, empty boxes. We're going to take what they give us. You know, if you let us run the ball, that's what we're going to do. You know, if somebody wants to put 8, 9 guys in there, then we'll load the football. We're the Yogi Bears of offense. We're going where they ain't. So, but for those kids to do that's a huge, you know, just for myself to know that those kids can respond that way, because we've all seen on TV. We see how guys act on the sideline when they don't get what they think they should get. For those kids to be mature enough to understand it's more about themselves, it's a tribute to the program, and it's a tribute to those guys and the kids themselves.
Do you think it's a way to talk about what areas you're looking for getting maximum football?
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, you know, there were a bunch of middle foot open looks last week and covering us down, and you know that's really not a favorable. You know, you see TV here also. A lot of middle foot open looks. That's really not great to push the ball down the field. It's great look to run the ball, so that's kind of what we did. You know, and as we move forward, and as the calling card is out, is that we will run the football. You know, I think that we'll start to see more looks that are favorable towards the ball. I think to answer your question, 2 things that we've got to do a better job of. Number one, we've got to be better in pass protection. You know, and a lot of that comes from the fact that we're playing so many linemen purposefully. You know, and what you may lose in continuity, you gain in building depth. So when you do lose that guard on the last drive of the game to go win a game at some point during the season, it's not a kid that hasn't not played. We're still in a program building phase here. You know, and then number 2. It's still, you know, producing, creating explosive runs, you know, fit Barry, fit who our skill kids are, and that's on us. So those are 2 big pieces that we've got to clean up and continue.
You've been in a couple other places where your staff showed up and they started scoring a lot more points than you were used to. What did you guys do in those situations to sort of, like what you were talking about, like make sure they don't think they're better than they are right now, or what did you learn from those situations?
Well, you know, I don't, you know, you never really talk about the end result. You know, every day, regardless of success or no success, or how well they feel like they played, or how well they think practice went, you know, it's not about the end result. It's about, you know, how close are we? I mean, you're really, at the end of the day, it's cliche as it's saying, you're chasing perfection. And I can assure you that every single day we come off the practice field, every single day we come off the game field, I'm typically not really happy guys to keep them there doing it. So, you know, I think it's still, you know, dangling the carrot enough where the kids feel like they've achieved, they're proud of what they've done, which, you know, therefore motivates them to be better. But at the same time, you know, pushing them away where they know there's more there. And, you know, I don't think it's worrying about a number. It's not worrying about how many points we score. It's not worrying about, and there may be a game where we score 17 points and it's the best that we've That is a real possibility. There may be a game where we score 60 points and it's sloppy and it's bad. You know, there's a couple games that come off the top of my head. You know, last year at Arkansas State, we beat Monroe 52-17. It's the most discussed I've ever been. After a standpoint from those times, you know, I mean, just like there are those situations, you know, and so it's just how close can we be? And that's all we really talk about. We don't talk about games. I think that kind of feeds into every day there's that care.
Well, did you get to
Sorry.
Penn State's been allowing over 200 rushing yards per game. What in particular have you seen that you think is a weakness in their defense that you can exploit on the ground?
Boy, the one thing I do know is IGA for Coach Brown, their defensive coordinator is going to be, and I can assure you that even as limited as they are at linebacker right now, you know, we all agree they've got big issues there with depth. They've got, you know, they're really short on bodies. Regardless of that fact, he'll have it. He is a great football coach. Won't want that. He's a great human being. So they'll be ready. Up front, you know, just kind of going down the list. I think, you know, even though they may be a little bit undersized, they're incredibly active, great ball get off, a great short area quickness up front. That'll be, you know, a real test for us, especially inside. You know, at the linebacker level, obviously, we kind of just talked about we've got this issue for them there, and just the bodies that are having to play unexpectedly, but in the back end, you know, I think part of the reason that people are running the ball and why that stat can lie to you, people see 200 yards rushing and they think, you know, they're getting the ball. That's because they don't throw it. Number two, some of those edge players are pretty good, so you may want to take your chances. And so some of those mixed downs and normal downs, we don't deal with people making a choice. You know, some of it has to do with personality, play, this person. So some of those, you know, that's again, you know, that's stats line too. You know, I can assure you that wherever we are in scoring in the country right now, if you start ranking offenses from one to whatever, okay, so stats, check those. Don't necessarily worry about it.
Two more. Did you get to share a moment with Ty last week after the game? Did you say anything in particular to him? It seemed like it was a pretty memorable day for him.
Oh yeah, he played 8 snaps on offense. Had 7 carries for 200 and some odd yards, and he was in there on victory. That's a great day. How about that? You come in, you get it, you run for 200 and some odd yards, and if you're not in, you're taking a knee out there celebrating high five. So, no, he had a great day. And there's a couple ways to look at it. It's number one, Ty made the most of his opportunities. Okay. Number two, the other 10 guys around him wanted 7 opportunities to help. You know, and number three, it ought to tell you about what the rest of that running back is. Because we've had a lot of other guys, you know, people think we're special players. Lorenzo Harris and Trey has a great game. You know, Wes would have been, you know, Wes was the starter coming out of, you know, spring ball and fall camp. We've got great depth there. I think more important than that, we've got, especially we have a great group of unselfish kids. You know, to cheer for each other. That, you know, and I just don't know a better way to say it because it's our team. You know, just they don't bitch about characters. You know, I mean, those are guys that all love to play for each other. Coach Tuck does a great job managing those guys and having the right guy in there when it's time to roll. And I just think that room is a special room. You know, not only do you have Ty, you have the 3 seniors, they're all our best special teams players on top of, you know, scoring touchdowns, and each having their own role, none of them are selfish. I think that's what makes that room special. And that's what makes Ty really special is the fact that he was happy he was in. If it wouldn't have been him, it would have been somebody else with 200 yards. He'd been just as happy. And I think for him, that's what makes him special. A special moment, no. It's a big hug, it's an arm around him, it's telling him that you love him. That's if he could carry it 7 times or 7 times, we love him. But he had a great day.
Coach, the progress last year estimated on the season at large, and also what is Maryland Penn State going to do in a short time to get
Well,
Sorry, 2 questions.
Yeah, well, I'll answer the second one first, and then you'll probably have to come back to the first one. I know this. Everybody that I have met that is a Maryland fan, that this game is the one game since the day I got here talking about the most. Okay? I have no idea why. I'm not going to get the psychology of why, and I haven't been here long enough, honestly, to understand. Okay? But I do understand the importance of this game. From an outside looking perspective, from an outside of our white lines and an outside of our control perspective. From the inside of white lines perspective, this is a big game for our program. You know, it's our first Big Ten game on the road. You know, if you're able to go in a hostile environment in our own league and find a way to win a football game, regardless whether it's 3-2, 7-6, you know, 41-40, who cares? You know, and just that alone, regardless of your opponent, that'd be huge for us. DJ, DJ. He, since we've got here, the 8 months we've been here, he's been one of the hardest working kids on the team. He's a guy you can always count on. But, at the end of the day, he's still a young guy. There's still a lot of maturity left to do. DJ will tell you that probably every single day, he's still got a long way to go just in terms of his practice habits. But he'll get there. That's part of growing up. I watched, Oklahoma State, you watched Dennis Bryant go through that, you watched Justin Platt go through that, but by the end of their careers, they're some of those practice players we've ever seen. Whether it be Carolina or Southern Miss, that's part of them. And then really at the end of the day, it's a huge part for those guys physically getting to the point where they can handle the volume, because basically, even in practice, eventually a year from now, it won't be a big deal for them to fly right through it. He's a wonderful kid. Could not ask for a better guy, in that room, especially just from a toughness standpoint. There's a couple of great blocks he had on the perimeter. We talk about those guys blocking the perimeter. He's one of those guys. And you couldn't ask for a better kid, especially when you're trying to build a program, you're trying to model the program around the right type of people. Thanks, sir.